Hey everybody, back for some more Don't Starve Shipwrecked. So last time we we recovered from the mistakes that we made, and we found a perfect island that's got a lot of tall birds on it. As you can see from my map here, each one of these eggs represents a tall bird nest. We dug up a treasure. There's a few spiders around here, and as you can tell, there's just infinite numbers of rocks. So that's what we wanted. We're going to head to our boat. We're going to arrange our inventory so as to maximize space, and then we're going to get so many rocks and so much gold, and it's going to be great. We'll probably wind up killing a fair number of tall birds as well. Alright, what don't I need? I probably don't need the doubloons, but there's a pretty good chance I'll wind up picking up more doubloons while I'm here. I shouldn't need the hammer. I shouldn't need the bone shards. I shouldn't need the blue gem. Alright, that was a lot of inventory space that we were working with here. So, if you dig up the regular magma piles, you'll wind up essentially getting the same stuff you would get out of non-gold rocks. Niter, flint. I do know I have a pickaxe, and not sure why I made another one. We'll go ahead and get shoveling though, and then there's a ton of gold rocks over here. We will get through the pickaxe. This is only 2 rocks worth of pickaxing. Alright, that was pretty unlucky. We dug that whole thing up and did not get a single piece of gold out of it. Hopefully we'll... No, still none. Oh. No, still none. Wow. That's pretty unlucky. 2 in a row. Man. Alright, let's give this one a shot. And again, we're really in it for the rocks too, so we're not too mad about this. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna pick everything up so our gold doesn't get blasted into space. There's 2 more pieces. 1 on its way to space. Hopefully we can intercept it before it gets to orbit. Alright. That's good for starters. Now let's make an axe. And we're going to make a crock pot because we have an abundance of meat, and we also have an abundance of tall bird eggs. Alright, so there's half the charcoal that we need, and we'll chop down this tree. I don't want to burn a fully mature tree just because you can get a fair amount of wood out of it. But this little guy right here, I don't even want the seed. The seed can burn. This one can burn too. And something else. And something else. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we wait. And while we wait, we can break, which is our 33%er, there it is. So yeah, gold rocks, you're guaranteed to get a gold, but it is pretty rare that you don't get gold from the magma piles. We just got very unlucky and got that 2 in a row. You usually wind up getting multiple. I don't really need the ashes. You use them to make healing salves. The Valkyrie is the character that least needs them though, because whenever she fights, she can regain some amount of health. It's like a percentage of your whatever you're attacking and killing self. Alright, so we've got everything we need at this point to make a crock pot, so we're going to do that. 3 cut stone, 6 charcoal, and twigs. We got a crock pot. We're going to set it down just right over here by this fire. We do need to set out and get some coral pretty soon here. You really don't want to get into a situation where you don't have a windproof fireplace, the chimenea. You don't want to get in a spot where you don't have one of those as of day 21. You really need to have it ready to roll by then. And we could go back to our other island, but this island's so great. We're just going to be able to get a bunch of stuff off this place. Alright, we're going to see about these tall bird eggs pretty quick here. Tallbird eggs, you don't need to set them in a chest. They might blow away, I suppose. I haven't really considered that angle. But if you just set them down, they will not spoil or really do much of anything. If you set them close to a fire, they start hatching, which is... The little guys that pop out don't attack you immediately, but they will grow up into standard tall birds, which will attack you as normal. Alright, so each one of these represents a set of bacon and eggs. The recipe for it is, it's like 2 meat and 2 eggs, or 1.5 meat and 2 eggs. The little morsels you get from killing, you know, rabbits in the original Don't Starve, or I guess maybe crabs in Shipwrecked, that counts as a half meat, and then a monster meat or a regular meat counts as 1 unit. So you just need to make sure... I'm just going to cook these anyway just to get a little bit more durability on them, to get more out of the bacon and eggs. But they're going to be my food for a while here. So I want to make sure they last as long as possible at all. And then you do have to cook the tall bird eggs to get them in there. You will need a filler, so you can use 2 meat, 1 fried tall bird egg, which counts as 2 eggs. Oh, hounds are coming. And with hounds too, I'll have some monster meat, so that'll be nice. All right, let's load up the fire. Make sure we are able to see throughout the evening. And then you can just use a twig as filler. So this is your recipe for bacon and eggs. That you don't need to use 2 meat. Since I have so many tall birds, might as well. You can use 1 meat and 1 morsel, and that's fine. All right, where are these hounds? Bird in this one home leaf. Bacon and eggs do cook forever to cook. Do take forever to cook. I think I may have just misspoke there. So if you're, you know, really low on hunger, this is not the meal you want to be trying to whip up. Oh, what is... Oh, that's just the vent. Those vents continue to spout flame throughout the night, periodically. It almost feels like the hounds are taking longer to come this time than they did the first time, but I'm sure that's just me not carrying on about my business and waiting by this fire. Here we go. 2, 3. Juke. Oh, didn't juke quite far enough. Are we only going to get 2 again? Alright. Can't complain. Alright, let's use the morning. Oh, this might set this beehive on fire. Okay, never mind. It's not going to explode. So, in spring in Don't Starve, all of the regular bees become killer bees. So having a base that close to a killer beehive is bad news, of course. I don't know if there's an equivalent transformation that takes place in Shipwrecked. I don't know if, like, with the dry season, maybe, or something like that, if they all turn into killer bees. It'll be interesting to see. Alright. We're starting to look pretty ridiculous. We've got a dozen gold nuggets, which those go pretty fast. I have to make multiple lightning rods, and those each take 4. Just need 1 for each base. So I have to decide if I want to try to make another alchemy engine on this island for crafting purposes. If I don't, you know, I probably will be able to explore up through here before winter. I think that's going to be our goal. We're just going to try to explore between here and our original base by sea. between now and day 21. I have decided to do a little bit shorter episodes. With looking at the map, 4 full days it drags out a little long, so we're going to keep it to 3 days. See how that goes. Alright, so as you can tell from the spider-based debris, the tall birds have not been cohabitating very peacefully. And they really are not peaceful creatures. They're basically, oh, that one only took a few hits, so spiders had softened him up, you can tell. Or her, I guess. And obviously it's something that laid an egg, so. I'm no scientist, but to me, suggests a certain degree of femaleness. Oh. Alright. So, not clean, took a hit from each of them. Whatever. These rocky biomes also have a bunch of saplings kind of growing, just strewn about the rocks, which is pretty surprising, you know, given the rocky composition of the land. But it's great. I'm not going to complain about it. And this island's got a little bit of grass. It doesn't have enough grass that I'll be able to stock up on it like I would at those food islands, you know, some, you know, back around where we came from, but that's okay. It's enough to survive in a pinch. I also don't know. I assume during the dry season everything stops growing, much like summer in Don't Starve. I bet I have to dig a million sand piles to get gears for ice flingomatics too. Huh. Interesting. Didn't even think about that prior to literally just now. Alright. Well, we'll keep cooking off these tall bird eggs. I'll use 1 piece of grass to cook a couple more. Very good. Alright. Now we're going to just kind of stroll through the rocks again. Just looking to stock up on gold. Don't want to ever be unable to craft a spear or a helmet if I am in need of one. Hopefully we'll stumble across a skeleton with some treasure on it at some point. We have not seen one of those yet this playthrough. Alright. So when you have a tool that breaks, the game will automatically switch to a backup copy of that tool, but it does have to be an exact copy. It will not switch from a pickaxe to a luxury pickaxe or anything like that. And it also doesn't do that with your combat items, which is super annoying. It might with your armor. It might with your, like, you know, the helmet or, you know, a log suit if you make one of those. Come on, guy. We're close to you. Alright. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And there you go. Alright. Let's do this one. Again, just trying to pick them off one by one. I have no interest in fighting multiple tall birds at once. Hopefully that guy doesn't see me. Slaughtering his, I assume, some relative. Be weird if this was some giant, diverse population of unrelated tall birds. Just literally wiping out the entire species here. Alright, there goes all that. Pick this one. And that is kind of a tough thing about committing tall bird genocide. You run out of space with these eggs. They do not stack until they're cooked. They stack just fine when they're cooked. Okay, so we've got more bacon and eggs. Yeah, we are going to be pretty well off here. Just keep going with these. And I'll just use a full-on log here because it is basically nighttime, and probably have to just keep this fire going anyway. I can go jack another tall bird egg, I think, and make it back in time. If not, I still have this torch in. And I'm going to find spiders instead of this. Yeah, at night when the spiders are all out, it's pretty safe to attack them if they're spread out. They'll all come to you within about a screen's width, I think, approximately. But you can work around them. Yeah, let's just use this miner hat and let's just use the night. We don't want to waste a ton of time. Monsoon season is creeping up, and we do need to find more coral before then. I suppose we could go all the way back to that small little patch of coral that we harvested the first time, but I don't know. There was only 2 coral rocks, or 2 rocks that were growing the coral, so it's probably not worth it. Alright, so my plan, I was just going to cook off the rest of this bacon and eggs, but it's going to take just way too long to do that. I guess I could start doing it. Well, let's not do that. Let's use the cooked meat. Just because it's a little less fresh. Alright, I think I'm happy with my gold situation here. I'm going to head back. I'm going to put a lightning rod on my main base. And then I'm going to sail back down here. This is, I think, is going to be my base of operations for monsoon season. Assuming I can find a... no, assuming nothing. The tall birds are a renewable food source. I have infinite food. This is basically the safest possible place to be. Just going to wait for this to finish cooking and grab that. Alright, and then we're off. There's my boat. Straight to the left. That's right, we approached from the electric isosceles. Alright, so we're going to wind up going upwards in general. Alright, here's our boat. Cargo boat. How's our sail? 47%? This might not hold out. The boat will keep moving. We'll be able to keep rowing it. But it does go significantly more slowly at that point. Durability should be fine. 189 is a lot. If you get a bunch of seashells, you can make an armored boat, which has like 500 durability, which you can afford to be a little reckless with that. There's another tiny little food island. Yeah, we're not going to explore any of these land masses. We're not even going to go, like, circle them to see what they're all about, unless that somehow gets us, you know, to where we're going. Just not going to go out of our way at all. Just straight shot. Stay on target. It's a big fat fish, probably just one of those little dogfish things. I don't know exactly what they are. Never actually hit one or killed one yet. But yeah, there's these little dark spots that you find in the shallow water are mussels, and then you can build mussel like sticks for them to grow on. You can find little lobster dens all around. You can even see them on the map. And I don't know exactly how to trap them yet, but there's probably an item you can craft in survival. I'll just take a look once I'm all stabilized for monsoon season. Almost there. Almost there. I really just need to make sure I get the chimenea. Oh, is this coral? Need to make sure I get the chimenea and the lightning rod going. No, this is not coral. It does seem, in the worlds that I've done, that the initial starting island that you'll spawn at is right by a bunch of other islands. I haven't really had a case where I've had to sail for an extended period of time to get off my starting island. I'm usually able to get right to island jumping. And I assume that that's intentional, given that you obviously are restricted to very low quality boats at the start. Might just take too long if it was, you know, all completely random. A lot of shallow... Oh, never mind. I'm just unknowingly following the coastline. I was going to say that there's just a lot of shallow water here, so I was hoping I would run into a coral reef. And that thing's definitely not aggressive. Alright, so we're going to be coming up on our first touchstone, which does not have an alchemy engine, if I recall correctly. I believe our alchemy engine is up here. Yep, that's correct. So these suspicious bubbles, I believe, are like the... Well, let's find out. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. So it is exactly like the suspicious dirt piles from regular Don't Starve. Ooh, what's this? I don't know what that is, but I really don't want any part of it. So we're not going to find out right now. I know you can find like gunpowder barrels, and if you attack those, they, I believe, explode. So I don't know if that's a form of a gunpowder barrel that's just not labeled, or if that's actually something different. This guy's moving away from my target. Not a big fan of that. Hopefully he pops up soon. Oh no, took a hit. Yeah, the waves make this somewhat difficult. Alright, come on, this has got to be enough. Follow those bubbles. Alright, so it should be right down here. Oh my god, it's a whale! Bam! 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 Oh, got him! I'm examining it. Can I get anything out of it? That just... Well, that... Now I feel horrible. I don't think I can get any resources. Can I mine the whale? Oh, man, that's rough. Do I have to use a shovel and scoop value out of it? Oh, I cannot. I'm sorry, whale. Man, I wish I had known. That's awful. Is it upside down? No, it looks right side up. That's how we would want to be remembered. Well, I used 4 spear guns, and I just feel like a terrible person. That's a terrible trade. Is that a message in a bottle? That would make... Oh, it's just an empty bottle. Ah, well. Message in a bottle would have made me feel a little bit better about myself. Like I wasn't being punished for my admittedly inhumane actions there. I can't believe that it didn't give me anything. I would have assumed it would for sure have given me some incredible treasure. I feel like there might be a lesson in all of this. Alright, we have our miner hat handy, so we are clear to make it all the way back. We should be able to get there before morning. At least I'm hoping so. We do need to make another sail once we get there, which might actually be a problem. I don't know if our tiny little jungle has enough bamboo to support that. Guess we'll find out. Alright. So the boat's kind of falling apart. We're below the halfway point. I still haven't found any more coral. Jeez, I might have to sail all the way around and grab that. So, I guess the plan will be make landfall, go to the base, get some lightning rods going, and then yeah, I have to look for coral. Alright, sailing into the dark, and suddenly I can see. Very good. We are basically back home. We're home. Alright, get out. Alright, so we need refined or cut stone in order to make the lightning rod. I'm going to put a lightning rod down right here. And I'm going to craft another one and just right click to get it ready. I can just place that whenever I want. What else should I be refining here just to have done so? Oh, you can refine an empty bottle out of sand. Huh. So that's good. I did actually wind up looking up exactly what your chances are of digging up a gear, and I guess the one time that I did dig up that gear by, just pure luck was going to probably be the only time that I wind up doing that. It's like a 1 in 500 chance. It's it's not something that you should be relying on, but I think you have to rely on it. I haven't found any clockwork monsters to fight, so I don't know how else you get gears. But we made it back home. We're safe. We've got our lightning rod situation set up. We're just going to get some coral. We're going to get the chimenea going, and we're going to go back down to our rock base before day 21. I'll see you guys in the next one.